and salutations, neighbors. Anthony here, and welcome to another Anthony Around Town video. This is the story of a single dad raising small kids in an almost equally small town. Yeah, that's right, neighbors. I got some new glasses. What do you guys think? Huh? You can comment down below and let me know about that. But we're not here to talk about glasses today. We're here to talk about the TV show on Netflix called Ladybug Cat Noir. Why are we talking about this show, you ask? Well, sometimes here on the channel, I like to check out things that my daughters, Eddie and Maddie, are super into and share with you all my thoughts. And lately, they've been really into the show Ladybug Cat Noir, which is really interesting because they're usually not big Netflix show watching type people. They like their YouTubes, they like all that stuff. But for them to have a show on Netflix that they really actually sit down and watching 20 or so minutes of, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to check this thing out. I know very, very little about the show. I know it's about superheroes, it's a cartoon, and I think it's set in like Paris, and that's pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to randomly just watch one of the Ladybug Cat Noir episodes, watch it all the way through, and then I'm gonna get back on camera in front of you neighbors and kind of try my best to explain to you all what it is I just watched throughout that entire episode. It's gonna be a dad retelling, if you will. So make sure you stay tuned throughout this entire video so you can see and make sure I do a good job explaining and retelling what it is I'm about ready to check out. Now it's time to figure out which episode of Ladybug Cat Noir I'm going to watch. To help me decide, what I did is I put every single season and episode of the show into this basket one by one. Look at all those. There's a lot of episodes of this TV show, and I'm just gonna randomly draw, and I'll show you guys once I draw to make sure you know everything's on the up and up. So let's see, I'm going to be watching season 5. Let's see if you can see it. It might be too bright. See if you guys can see it. There you go. Season 5, episode 5. Sorry, my handwriting's a little bit sloppy. But yes, we're gonna watch season 5, episode 5 of Ladybug Cat Noir. This is gonna be interesting because season 5, I think, is the last season of the show. So I'm gonna have missed a lot of information, a lot of backstory, a lot of context, but that just might make this even more fun. So I'm gonna go over to my TV, get nice and comfy, and get started. All right, neighbors, I'm here on my couch getting ready to watch season 5, episode 5 of Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug Cat Noir. Oh, it's not just called Ladybug Cat Noir, it's Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug Cat Noir. So, already didn't know that, but I just learned something. Season 5, episode 5, or Netflix also has it listed as season 3, part 2. But anyways, the episode title, in case you want to check it out for yourself, is called Ikari Gazin. Ikari Gazin. I could have just butchered that, but that's my best guess. The description says, Adrian is the prize in a Paris-wide Friendship Day treasure hunt, but Marinette, I think that's how you say that, is teamed up with Kagami, who has disobeyed her mother to participate. Uh-oh. So Kagami is not listening to her mother. So already I'm like, Kagami, come on. You know, as a parent, you gotta listen to your parents, kids, I'm telling you. But Marinette, I'm assuming, is maybe the bad guy. Like I said, I knew they were in Paris, so that's pretty good. So, alright, so we're gonna check out this episode, Ikari Gazin, season 5, episode 5 of Ladybug Cat Noir. I'm gonna go watch this, and then I'll give you my episode breakdown in just a second. So in the meantime, check out these cute pictures of ladybugs and cats that I found off the internet, and I'll see you guys back in 1 second. And I'm back. For some reason, I had the urge to beat up some bad guys. Too bad I don't have one of those magic creature ring things. That would be pretty cool. Alright, so what was the show I just watched about? So I already got something wrong before I started watching. I said that the character Marinette was like the bad guy or something.
But Marinette, I'm assuming, is maybe the bad guy.
No, it turns out Marinette is actually Ladybug. That's like her secret alter ego, I guess. So Oops. So it's Friendship Day in Paris, and all the kids are trying to get ready for this big game that comes with Friendship Day. Basically, you go on a scavenger hunt around the city, answering riddles and solving clues and all that, and then eventually you get to go meet this guy named Adrian, I think his name is, who's ultimately Cat Noir's secret alter ego, but he seems like he's some kind of famous kid around town that everybody wants to hang out with, so he's like the grand prize. So they got to go around town finding their clues, solving their riddles, so they can ultimately go to Adrian's location, and if they find him first, that means they're the winner. But you don't get to pick your partner in this Friendship Day scavenger hunt thing. The computer text message auto-generates who your partner is. Marinette has to go figure out who her partner is while solving the first clue. Then we cut away to a fight between a mom and a daughter. They're going back and forth, but the daughter, she's not exactly focused, and the mom explains to her why she needs to focus in her ninja samurai training, whatever it is that they're doing. I tried to remember what the daughter's name is because she's a big part of the episode, but I don't remember. So we're just gonna call her Dragon Girl because that'll make sense a little bit more later on in this breakdown. So as Dragon Girl and her mom are fighting, Dragon Girl's phone goes off and her mom's like, who is that? What's going on? We're supposed to be training. But it turns out that Dragon Girl signed up to be a part of the citywide Friendship Day scavenger hunt too. But her mom was not really feeling that. She said she needed to stay focused and she couldn't be a part of the competition. But Dragon Girl didn't want to take no for an answer, so through tricking her mom and her mom's smart car Tesla type thing, she gets out and she's able to go and figure out the first clue on her scavenger hunt. And it turns out that Dragon Girl and Marinette are actually partners in this competition. So they end up meeting up and they end up figuring out they have to do this thing together. But Marinette doesn't want Dragon Girl to win the competition because she doesn't want Dragon Girl to meet Adrian, because I guess Marinette has a crush on Adrian and Dragon Girl has a crush on Adrian. So Marinette thinks that if she, Dragon Girl, meets Adrian, they're gonna fall in love and that's gonna mess up everything. It's very high school stuff, whatever. So Marinette ends up talking on the phone to her real best friend and complains about the fact that she doesn't want to be friends with this Dragon Girl. She doesn't want her to win. And they kind of set it up to where you know that later on Dragon Girl is gonna see those messages and it's gonna upset her. But you know, the episode plays on. They end up getting to the second part of their scavenger hunt and they have to fish in this river for something metal. And while they're fishing in this river with a magnet, Dragon Girl, she tries her best to be friends with Marinette, but she's super awkward and she asks her really awkward questions like, hey, what's your blood type? How would you handle this random situation with ice cream? But it's really funny because you could tell she was just trying to make a friend, but she just wasn't very accustomed and used to doing that. So every time she asked a question, she would make this face. So as predicted, Marinette and Dragon Girl end up switching phones. Marinette goes through Dragon Girl's phone because I guess the show just says that's just what people do. Oh, and by the way, Marinette's talking to this little red bug thing this whole time, this magical creature. I think ultimately this creature helps her get her superpowers later on the show, but I guess they're like friends. I don't know, they probably established who that little bug creature is in a past episode. I don't know. But Marinette is talking to this little bug creature about how, hey, humans, we just go through each other's phones. Let's see what's going on in Dragon Girl's phone. I bet she's talking to Adrian. We can't have that because Adrian is my man. But then Marinette goes through and sees that Dragon Girl actually doesn't have Adrian's phone number even in her phone. But not only that, Dragon Girl doesn't have anybody's phone number in her phone because Dragon Girl doesn't have any friends whatsoever. And so she goes through her other apps and sees that really the only app that she has is this app that kind of helps you learn how to make friends and how to do it step by step. And so Marinette realizes that she's been kind of a jerk and this person's just trying to make a friend, so she goes to apologize. But of course, Dragon Girl goes through Marinette's phone and sees the messages between her and her real BFF and sees that they were kind of trashing her, and so she gets upset and starts to head home. And then this is when the villain randomly shows up. He looks like some kind of like Batman villain. I think his name is Hawkmoth. I think that's what he said. He's surrounded by all these moth butterfly things, and he sees that Dragon Girl is upset, so he like makes one of the butterflies bad and sends it to her because he's probably gonna like take over her body. But then Dragon Girl's mom calls her phone and is like, where are you? You were supposed to be at home, blah, 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 blah. But Marinette still has Dragon Girl's phone, so she answers it and tries to calm Dragon Girl's mom down. She's like, hey, everything's cool. We're just hanging out. We're gonna go get some orange juice. It's all chill. And seeing how hard Marinette was trying to help her, it kind of warms Dragon Girl's heart back up, and she can see she's, you know, all right, she might be able to forgive Marinette. Everything might end up being good. But Hawkmoth sees this and is like, oh no, Dragon Girl's turning back good. She doesn't have the anger that she had in her before, so my evil butterfly can't take her over. But hey, her mom is over there really, really mad at the fact that she disobeyed and is not coming home. So Butterfly, you go take over her mom because she has some real rage that I could use. So the butterfly goes and possesses her mom and turns it into like a truck, horse, samurai thing. Yeah, all three of those things put together. It actually looked pretty cool, but she's going around the city, she's running, she's cutting things, total mayhem, trying to find her daughter, and ultimately she ends up eating her daughter, but you know, she's like a car robot thing, so she doesn't really eat the daughter. She just falls into like the car part of it with like seats and seat belts, and just like, you just stay there, I'm gonna go finish off these superheroes, because in this time Ladybug has transformed into Ladybug, Cat Noir has transformed into Cat Noir. But things aren't going so well, and Dragon Girl's mom is kind of getting the upper hand. So Ladybug comes up with an idea to take what they call a Miraculous, which I'm guessing is what they use to give them their superpowers. She takes one of those, hits it into Dragon Girl's mom's mouth. It goes down to where Dragon Girl is in the car part. She opens it. She has a little dragon looking thing, hence why we're gonna call her Dragon Girl. That turns her into a superhero herself. She's a dragon hero. So there's a Ladybug hero, there's a cat hero, and now there's a Dragon Girl hero equipped with the powers of wind and lightning and water. She's kind of awesome. She uses her powers to get out, and she's trying everything she can to stop her mom, but nothing is working, and ultimately her mom eats Cat Noir, and now he's in the car part of the vehicle, held tight with seat belts. And so finally the two girls, Dragon Girl and Marinette / Ladybug, have a conversation about friendship and how they have to work together. So they come up with a plan for Dragon Girl to be re-eaten by her mom. She goes back down into the middle, but since one of her powers is water power, she turns herself into a big old puddle of water, causing her mom to spit them both out onto the ground, where Cat Noir is able to use his D-evil powers and Ladybug's able to use her D-evil powers. So, and then everything just turns back to normal. Everything's a-okay. But then Dragon Girl's mom and her have to have a conversation. She's like, hey, look, listen, like, friendship isn't worth it. You're just gonna get hurt. You just don't need to worry about friends. But Dragon Girl finally stands up to her mom. It's like, no, mom, like, I need to make some friends. I need to have some homies. And Dragon Girl's mom's like, okay, fine, you can go do that. Just be home by dinner. And it looks like Ladybug and Dragon Girl end up becoming friends, and they ultimately lose the competition, but that doesn't matter because they ultimately discovered that the real prize was the friends you make along the way. So there you go, neighbors. That was me doing the best I could to retell, re-explain, break down that Ladybug and Cat Noir episode that I just watched. What did you guys think? Do you think I got the show? Did I miss something from the show? Did I do a good job of explaining it? Have you ever seen the show Ladybug and Cat Noir before? Have you ever seen that episode that I watched? Comment down below and let me know all of that, because again, I literally just watched that show from start to finish for the first time a few minutes ago, so probably do need a little education on that, right? And if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and then of course I want to invite you to become one of our official neighbors by hitting that subscribe button so you never miss an Anthony Around Town video in the future. Alright neighbors, well that's gonna do it for this Anthony Around Town video. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name's Anthony, and until next time, we'll see you around, neighbors.